So I'll just, I forgot what I was saying. And hurricane updates. My sister's in a hurricane right now in a hurricane. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing part 2 of my top 10 WGU tips. If you haven't seen my first video with the top 5 tips, I'll link it down below. Go check it out. So I'm going to start off with tip number 6. Tip number 6 is all about Taskstream. So we all have grown to love and hate Taskstream. Taskstream is where you submit your assignments and you get to see what number in queue you are. So if you submit an assignment and there are 540 assignments ahead of you waiting to be graded, you will be able to see what number you are and watch your number slowly drop down. That is what us night owls call Taskstream stalking. So a lot of people get very frustrated because their papers weren't graded fast enough for them, or they're at the end of their term, so Taskstream is taking a little bit longer to be graded. So for Taskstream, it tells you it can take up to 72 hours to have something graded. Now, let's go back to when we went to a traditional brick and mortar college. I have had papers that weren't graded for the whole semester. So I had no idea if I was doing anything correctly or getting any kind of feedback from my professors, and I didn't know my grade until the end of the semester. So let's just remember that while sometimes it can be frustrating that you're at the end of your term and you really need this graded in order to pass this class, just remember that 72 hours really is not a long time at all to get a paper graded. I mean, in traditional colleges, if it doesn't take all semester, generally you'd get your paper back the following week anyway. So just be patient and remember that 72 hours is really not a bad turnaround time. Tip number 7, make sure that you remember that this is still university. What I mean by that is, with an online university, you know, we have a lot of flexibility, and WGU is super flexible with people, and we can do things on our own time and our own pace, and we can attend cohorts if we feel like it. The only thing we're really expected to attend is our phone calls with our program mentors. So just remember that when, you find yourself complaining that, oh, WGU is not accommodating this or this, this is still a university, and WGU has accreditation and credibility to uphold. And I don't know, I've never really researched into it, but I feel personally that with an online college, it takes a lot more for people to respect you as a university. When people think online universities, they think it's easy, or they think that, you're not putting in the work. But any student for WGU can tell you that it is a hard school. It is a university. It is hard. The classes are hard. And as students, we need to remember that because our school is so flexible, we also have to be flexible too. So when we find ourselves in a tough or frustrating situation within WGU, we just have to remember that we're students at WGU and we have to match their flexibility as well. We can't expect everything to go smoothly. Sometimes things happen, whether it's human error, whether it's something doesn't qualify you for the school, or there's certain tests that you feel like you shouldn't have to take, or certain classes that shouldn't be transferred in. Just remember that this is still a university, whether it's online or not. It still is regionally accredited, and we need to make sure that we keep it that way by upholding its integrity. Tip number 8 is probably my favorite tip out of all 10 tips, and it is all about your mentors, your program mentors, your course mentors, which are now called course instructors. I always forget that. So we just have to remember that our mentors are humans too. They have lives, they have friends, they have families. As flexible as WGU is, we have to remember that our mentors aren't at our beck and call. They don't have to sit there 24 hours a day, unlocking OAs for us or answering our emails. They have lives, and we have to remember that. I know some situations it's pretty frustrating, if we need to have an OA unlocked, or if we need a quick answer. Some mentors are really on top of it and they're just there 24/7, but we have to remember that they all can't be there 24/7. Like I said, they have lives too. They have children to feed, they have families, they have friends, they have things that they need to get done as well. So just remember that when you're getting frustrated. I know sometimes it can be really frustrating if you just need something answered or you just need that OA unlocked, but there's nothing you could do about it. There's nothing wrong with being frustrated. I get frustrated all the time. I mean, I've been frustrated with situations like that before too, but at the end of the day, there's nothing I could do, and now I just have a little bit of extra time that I can study for my OA, and maybe I just wasn't supposed to take my OA at that moment. Everything happens for a reason. Tip number 9 is watch what you say about your mentors on social media. So a lot of Facebook groups that I'm involved in, I've seen some not so nice things about mentors, and we have to remember that those mentors very well could be in that group seeing what you're saying, or chances are they probably have a friend on that group that can go back and tell them what you're saying. And you can get in trouble for not upholding the student code of conduct. So make sure that you watch what you say. I mean, I understand, like I said before, you get frustrated and everyone gets frustrated, but you just have to make sure that you know your audience. Because anytime you post something on social media that is visible to the world, that is something that can get screenshotted and sent to WGU and get screenshotted and sent to your mentor. So make sure you're displaying proper etiquette and behavior on social media, because like I said, you never know who's watching, and it's just not very nice. My last tip is to rally around your fellow students. As an online university, we don't have much interaction outside of the internet with other students. We may see them at commencement. Some people may have small meetups if you're from the same area, but in general, the only way you're going to have contact with your fellow night owls is through social media. Be supportive of each other. I know that sometimes it can be frustrating when, you're barely finishing your 4 classes for your term and you see someone else who just finished 20 classes in their term. But just remember, everybody's life situation is different. We're all in different seasons of our lives. We all have different things going on in our lives, and sometimes all you can manage is that 4, and that's a great accomplishment. Just remember that no accomplishment is better than another accomplishment. No matter how much you can finish, it doesn't matter. You're doing it. You're in school. You're doing fantastic. Don't let anybody make you feel bad. Don't compare yourself to other students. Compare yourself to yourself. Set goals for yourself. Stick to those goals. Make yourself proud. You're not here to impress anybody else. You're here for one goal, and that is to get your degree. So just focus on that. No matter how you get to that finish line, all that matters is that you get there. You guys are doing it. Be proud of yourselves. And make sure you tell your fellow night owls how amazing they're doing. You can compliment someone and say, "You're doing an amazing job. You finished 1 class this term." You're doing an amazing job. You finished 15 classes this term. It doesn't matter. Everyone's accomplishment is an amazing accomplishment. And we really need to stand by each other and help support each other to get us through our degree plans. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and my top 10 WGU tips. If you haven't already, go follow me on Instagram, Operation Elementary. I have some exciting news over there. So if you want to go check it out, it's in my highlight reel, and you guys can be all caught up on my big WGU news. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and the little notification bell so you can get notified every time a new video comes out. And I really hope you guys enjoyed the top 10 WGU tips.